Hi, my name is Jessica Cheska, and I am a physical therapist at Ladybird Physical Therapy. And today I'm going to answer a question that I get asked all the time, which is, when can I return to running postpartum? So what I would say is a lot of us think, okay, I was cleared at 6 weeks for exercise, I'm good to go. And I would say 6 weeks you're technically cleared for exercise, but it's a little too early to start high intensity exercise for a couple of different reasons. One, you just haven't given the pelvic floor, your core, your glutes, hip rotators, time to strengthen back to where before, essentially. The research that we do have in regards to postpartum running says that the earliest you are recommended to run is actually 12 weeks postpartum. So if you're cleared to exercise at 6, then you have 6 weeks in theory to strengthen all of those muscles or to, work on the tension that you may have to make your return to running successful, okay? The typical progression from that 6 to 12 week mark is something like, body weight exercise, progressing to single leg, progressing to weighted, progressing to impact. And that kind of steadily takes you through an exercise progression that is typically safe for postpartum people, but also gets your body, your pelvic floor, your abdomen used to that increasingly difficult and more intense exercise. And along the way, this is also assuming that while you progress those exercise and activities that you're not having symptoms of leakage, of heaviness, of pain, and things like that. So that might be where someone has to modify or stay longer in a certain category based on where they are. And that's why as much as I'm talking about this is kind of a general progression, it is so specific to you as a person and what is going on with you. Are your pelvic floor muscles more weak? Are they more tense? Or do you have SI pain, or do you have more glute weakness and things like that? So that's where it's not necessarily a protocol that can be exactly the same for everyone, but we have these general guidelines, and that's something that we will talk about in the future. And it is better I know 12 weeks might sound like a long time, but it is better to start slow now and so that you don't have to hold yourself back later because of these symptoms that developed. So what I would say in summary is that the earliest that people usually return to running is 12 weeks in order to give themselves time to strengthen the muscles that need to be strengthened so that they don't injure themselves. So that's what I would say about when you can return to running postpartum.